Star Discovery, Sarah's Path to a Singing Career. Once upon a time, there was a young girl named Sarah. She was a huge fan of a popular teen idol named Kaylee Starlet. She had followed her on social media, listened to all her songs, and even had a poster of her in her room. She had always dreamed of going to one of her concerts, but never thought it would actually happen. One day, Sarah's parents surprised her with tickets to Kaylee's concert. She was ecstatic and couldn't wait for the day of the concert to arrive. The day of the concert finally came, and Sarah was dressed in her best outfit, with a Kaylee poster in hand. She and her parents made their way to the concert venue, where Sarah could already hear the screams of the crowd inside. As she entered the concert hall, she couldn't believe how big the stage was and how many people were there. Kaylee walked on stage and started singing her heart out. Sarah was in awe. She sang along to every song and danced along with the crowd. During one of the songs, Kaylee asked if there was anyone in the crowd who wanted to come on stage and sing with her. Sarah couldn't believe her ears when she was being called out by Kaylee. She was escorted to the stage by security and handed a microphone. Kaylee and Sarah sang the duet song Starstruck Lovers together, and the crowd went wild. It was the best moment of Sarah's life. Sarah was overjoyed with the opportunity to meet and sing with her idol. She thanked Kaylee and her team for the amazing experience. Kaylee told her that she was impressed by her singing and that she should continue to pursue her dream. Sarah was then escorted back to the crowd, but this time with a backstage pass in her hand, handed to her by Kaylee's manager. As Sarah made her way back to her spot in the crowd, all the other girls around her couldn't help but stare at her with envy. They had all seen her go on stage and they couldn't believe she had the chance to sing with Kaylee Starlet in person. Sarah felt a sense of pride as she saw the jealousy in their eyes, knowing that she had just experienced something truly special. She stood frozen, still on cloud nine from her encounter, feeling grateful for the opportunity to meet her idol. She knew she would never forget this night for the rest of her life. Finally, the show ended and Sarah couldn't believe her luck as she walked backstage at the concert venue. She had always been a huge fan of Kaylee Starlet and never thought she would have the chance to meet her in person. The concert had been amazing and Sarah had been thrilled when Kaylee had invited her on stage to sing with her. As she was being guided through the backstage maze of corridors and rooms, Sarah's heart was pounding with excitement. She couldn't wait to meet her idol and tell her how much she admired her music. Finally, she was led into a dressing room where Kaylee was waiting for her. Kaylee greeted Sarah warmly and thanked her for singing with her on stage. Sarah was struck by how genuine and kind Kaylee seemed in person. They chatted for a while, discussing the concert and Kaylee's upcoming tour. Sarah couldn't believe how easy it was to talk to her idol and how much they had in common. After a while, Kaylee asked Sarah if she would like to take a picture with her. Of course, Sarah said yes, and pulled out her phone to take the picture. Kaylee even held the phone for her and snapped the photo. As Sarah looked at the picture, she realized that this was a moment she would treasure forever. Suddenly, Kaylee's manager walked into the room, and Kaylee introduced Sarah to him. He was impressed with Sarah's singing on stage and asked her if she had ever considered pursuing a career in music. Sarah was caught off guard, but couldn't help but feel excited at the prospect of being signed as a talent. Kaylee's manager explained that he had been in the music industry for many years and had worked with some of the biggest names in the business. He believed that Sarah had a real talent and could see a bright future for her in the music industry. He offered to sign her as a talent and help her develop her skills and find gigs. Sarah was thrilled. She had always dreamed of becoming a professional singer, but never thought it was possible. Kaylee's manager exchanged numbers with Sarah and promised to give her a follow-up call after she had the chance to talk to her parents. He thanked her and Kaylee and left the girls to talk. Sarah couldn't believe what had just happened. She had just met her idol, sang with her on stage, and now had an opportunity to pursue a career in music. It was all happening so fast, but she knew this was a chance of a lifetime, and she was not going to let it go. She felt grateful for the opportunity and knew that Kaylee and her manager would be great mentors and allies to help her achieve her dreams. Eventually, the visit came to an end and Sarah was getting ready to leave. Kaylee gave her a signed CD as a memento and wished her all the best for her future. Sarah thanked Kaylee for the wonderful experience and promised always be a fan. As Sarah was walking out of the concert venue and into the night, she felt like she was on top of the world. She had just met her idol and had an experience she would never forget. The concert and meeting Kaylee had been a dream come true, and she knew she would always treasure the memories. Sarah had a huge smile on her face, thinking about the amazing night she had just had. She couldn't wait to tell her friends and family all about her incredible experience. She knew this was a night she would never forget, and it was all thanks to her teen idol Kaylee Starlet. As she was leaving the venue, Sarah received a text from her best friends who had come to pick her up from the concert. They were thrilled to hear about Sarah's experience and couldn't wait to hear all about it. From that day on, Sarah had a new story to tell and a memory that would last a lifetime. She knew that no matter what happens, she will always cherish that moment and be grateful for the opportunity. When Sarah walked through the front door of her home, she was still on cloud nine from the concert and her backstage encounter with Kaylee Starlet. She could hardly contain her excitement as she told her parents all about the concert and how she had been invited on stage to sing with her idol. Her parents listened in amazement, amazed at the incredible opportunity their daughter had just been given. But when Sarah told them that Kaylee's manager had offered to sign her as a talent, her parents were shocked. They had always known that Sarah had a passion for music and was a talented singer, but they never thought she would have the opportunity to pursue a career in the music industry. They were hesitant at first, knowing the road ahead would be full of challenges and sacrifices. Sarah could see the concern in her parents' eyes and knew she had to reassure them. She explained that she understood the hard work and dedication required to make it in the music industry, but she was willing to do whatever it takes to make her dream a reality. She also mentioned that Kaylee and her manager were willing to mentor her and help her navigate the industry. Her parents listened to her carefully and could see the determination in her eyes. They knew how much music meant to her, and they didn't want to stand in the way of her dreams. They agreed to support her, but also reminded her of the importance of finishing her education. They told her that she had to work hard and be prepared to face the challenges that come with pursuing a career in music. Sarah was overjoyed and thanked her parents for their support. She knew that it would not be easy, but she was ready to work hard and chase her dreams. She went to bed that night, feeling grateful for her parents' support and excited for the future. A week later it finally happened. She received the call from Kaylee's manager and accepted his offer to sign her as a talent. She knew that it would be a long and challenging journey, but she was determined to make it as a professional singer. With the help and guidance of Kaylee and her manager, she was ready to face whatever obstacles came her way. Sarah's life was about to change in a big way, and she was ready for the ride. She knew that the road ahead would be difficult, but she was determined to make her dreams come true. With her parents' support and her own determination, she was ready to take the music world by storm.